Yes, my Colts lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers 20-27. Am I happy?
Who called that game as a lock pick?
Sure, good job. Am I happy about it, JB? No, I'm not.
But you'd be like, fuck yeah, yeah. But
well, let me break this down to you. If I told you that Team A had more total yards, more passing yards, more rushing yards, more yards per play, more first downs, was more efficient, more total plays. If I told you all those things and I asked you, do you think Team A,
D dying 2 for 3 something?
More time of possession? If I told you all these things and I said, who do you think won, Team A or Team B? You were, Team A. But Team B won, and Team B was the Steelers. My point in saying is it was turnovers. It was turnovers. Danny Dimes threw 3 picks and fumbled the ball 3 times, but it wasn't all on him. Our O-line, who I've been praising all year, got outclassed, outplayed, out-physical. The Steelers D-line for the first time this season showed up and showed out and dominated our offensive line. They made Danny Dimes very uncomfortable, didn't have a lot of time in that pocket to get the ball out, and we see the results. But considering we lost the ball as many times as we did, and we only lost by a touchdown, I'm not concerned, big picture. Everything's still right in front of us. We're still the number 1 seed. We're still dominating our division. Nothing changes for us in the big picture. So all you trolls who's talking crazy and talking trash and you got built your ass, Smitty. How about your coach? How about your coach? Well, I'm gonna tell you how about my coach. Ain't nothing changed. We still going to that bowl. We still winning the division. We still gonna be the number 1 seed in the AFC, getting a bye. Everything we want is still right in front of us. I'm still Indiana Jones. I'm still Jonathan Taylor. I'm 10 toes with everything I said. 1 loss ain't gonna change everything. We're 7-2. Tell me this, chat. What's the record of your team? I bet you ain't 7-2. I bet you ain't 7-2. So pump the brakes. We beat ourselves and barely lost against a good Steelers team. What, Jason?
Can we have a conversation?
Yeah.
All that being said, we get you to defend your team. I wish you would have wore the Colt hat from the jump, though. 10 toes, stand on business. You wore it was
Dodgers, homie.
You wore another hat, though. Anyway, here's the issue I have. I get all the stats. I get all that shit. Aaron Rodgers didn't have to do much. He was efficient. They ran the football, and their defense won the game. Their D-line won the game. So you could have more stats and all that shit and big chunk plays, which they had. And early on, Danny Dimes was dealing. I posted a tweet and said, man, if this guy's not your MVP, you guys are crazy because my eyes know quarterback play. And he threw a fucking man versus circus route that Pierce ran versus man press and stemmed them up, boom, boom, boom. And the only way you could throw a deep out cut versus man press like that has to be indefensible ball. Boom, put him right out of bounds, straight man coverage, no issue at all. I'm like, oh, shit, he's dealing. Then he throws the same ball to the right side. And I think he was perfect on that first drive, and the Colts go right down, boom, boom, and it's 7-0. And I'm like, man, shit, Danny Dimes is dealing.
So you jinxed us.
So I posted that video, and I just posted this, just let everybody know I'm the guy. I'm the guy when he wins, comeback player of the year or whatever I said he would. Anyway, so I was the one that put that out there. And he still was dealing. Now, the 4 turnover thing, we can argue all night long because I'm not going to sit here and just put it all on him. This is the Danny Dimes that had no O-line and no wide receivers in New York when they threw pick after pick after pick because guess what? If you don't have time, I don't care what quarterback you are. How's Sam Darnold looking when he was a Jet and a Panther? Now, how does he look as a Viking and a Seahawk?
But, Jeremy, what do you and I always say? The best offensive lineman on the field is what?
Quarterback.
Exactly. So you're right. The O-line has to protect them, give them time. I'm not giving them a pass at all. I went at them first. But at the same time, though, 3 picks is too far. We can't win that way. We lost because of turnovers.
Yeah, but here's the issue. When you're this game 27-20 is not indicative of the score. Pittsburgh dominated the game. My eyes work. The game was dominated, even though you guys had more plays on offense. The game was never really in doubt, ever. After it was 14-7. No, after it was 14-7. So you went up 7-0.
We got that fumble from them on the fourth quarter. Got the ball back. I'm like, oh shit, we got a chance.
No, I know, but you never had the sense that when it was 24-7, Smitty, I was like, all right. And then it was 27-10 or whatever. I was like, all right, listen, the game really was never in reach. It was always like I'm throwing from behind. That's why, Smitty, when you throw the ball more than you have to because you take away from dominating the time of possession with Jonathan Taylor, and you don't dictate to the defense what you're doing, Danny Dimes becomes a 7-on-7 quarterback, and you're not built that way. And no, not a lot of teams are built that way. Maybe the Rams, maybe, I don't know, Bengals. I mean, be real. There's not a lot of teams that can just sit up there and have Nakua, Devontae, and Higbee, or in the Colts, Chase and Higgins and Brown, the running back, and just chunk it all over the park. There's not a lot of teams built that way.
My one concern, my fault. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying when the Colts have to go to that and you're down, that is the kryptonite. That is how I beat the Colts. I got to get them down and force them to throw the football when they really want to control the clock, eat the ball with the best running back in the football, and let that O-line eat. Yesterday, they become a 7-on-7 team, and that's what's going to happen. How many bad things happen, Smitty, when you throw the football? I'm just telling you straight up.
That's my concern. You're hitting the nail on the head. My concern is that when shit gets tough, what is Indiana Jones gonna do? Who is he gonna be?
I'm not worried.
Is he gonna be what Sam Darnold was in the playoffs? And we're gonna be like, it's gonna be like, damn, great season. It gets tough. We put more responsibility on you, and now you shit the bed. I don't know. I'm not saying.
I'm not worried, homie.
What concern?
I'm not worried. Here's the worry that I have. We put these guys on a pedestal. It's not fair. Unfairly. Daniel Jones went to one playoff run with the Giants. He won a game in Minnesota in his big game in the playoffs. But how many times has Daniel Jones been to the playoffs? How many times has these guys that we critique at a high level that isn't very good in the playoffs, how many times have they been to the playoffs? It takes time to go to the playoffs and actually win. Unless you're remember, Tom Brady replaced Drew Bledsoe, who got their team to the playoffs first. It wasn't like Brady came in, led his team to playoffs. No, he came in a scenario, and it's a lot easier, less pressure on you when you're the backup and coming in for a big-time guy like a Drew Bledsoe at the time, who got another $100 million contract to go to the Buffalo Bills, by the way, so he was still a baller when he left New England. So when you replace a guy like that and you're the backup, let's ask our man at Clemson, DJ, who came in for Trevor Lawrence against Notre Dame and broke the freshman passing record against Notre Dame for 400-something plus yards.
Great that game.
And he was a backup, no pressure. And then when he became the starter, what happened?
Shitty.
It matters, but what do I know?
Colts looking like the old.
What happened, E-Dub? What happened?
No cussing on the show, Weddle. Smitty's
hold on, Weddle. I thought me and you we on the same page usually. We had a tough loss. But I said this earlier.
I'm not saying the Colts aren't a good team. I'm just saying what is the rundown? I haven't seen the show yet this morning, so I'm chiming in. What's going on?
We talked about it. It was a bad loss, but it's a long season. All our goals are still right in front of us. E-Dub, we're still number 1 seed, 7-2, best record in the league, still leading the division. We the turnover battle. We lost turnover battle. That's what lost the game. We lost through 3 picks. There was 3 fumbles. O-line looked bad. This was the first game the Steelers D-line really came out there and showed you who they were. JB had been criticizing them the previous week, saying that TJ Watt and those boys were not worth the money that they were getting. But this Sunday, they're worth every single cent, every single dollar. So bad loss for sure. But again, it doesn't really change anything. Everything's right in front of us. The fact that we only lost by a touchdown and we played that bad.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm not
Don't do that.
The one concern I have, Mr. King, before you jump in, and I told this to JB earlier, is that when the going gets tough, is this who Daniel Jones is going to be? That's the thing. That's the thing that makes me nervous. That's my honest. When it's in the playoffs and we have to depend on Danny Dimes.
Okay, that's
Which
good.
version will show up?
The Colts aren't really anything else we need to talk about.